Hello everybody and welcome back to the FM23 Youth Academy Guiseley save. And before we get into the episode, you all asked for this, what's coming up. In the last season, we drew West Ham in the FA Cup and the comments all said, it's more interesting to show the West Ham game and how we deal coming up against a big opponent than showing the actual day that the youth intake preview happens. So you've all asked for this. And yes, we are taking on Chelsea in the third round of the FA Cup, which back in the day of being in League 2 or Vanarama National or even League 1, I would have loved to play Chelsea in the third round. Now we're a championship team. I really don't want to be playing a Premier League team this early on. I want to get some money in and I want to be playing away from home. But we're playing Chelsea. They're coming to Nethermoor in the hail, 1 degrees C temperature hail. There's a chance it might... No, it can't get called off. It's game day today, so it would have already been announced. But yes, we're taking on Chelsea in the FA Cup third round. It's going to be very, very difficult because they have a very, very good team managed by Zinedine Zidane, no less. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. But the league is going okay. As you can see in the bottom left, 16th in the table. We've still not peaked above that 15th position that I mentioned last time. And yeah, we're not doing too bad, actually. We're on a decent run of form. We haven't lost in the last 5. We've been tweaking our system to play against systems that we're coming up against. So it'll be pretty interesting. Actually, let's dive into the schedule and have a little look. So we were last together with Derby was the first episode where we got smashed 4-0. Then we came back against Coventry and lost 1-0 in that one. We started to keep, sort of stuck with the system of setting it up for individual players that come in. It didn't really work. We did beat Huddersfield 4-2, both playing a 4-2-3-1. We won that 2-1. Lost to Bournemouth, lost to Brighton, lost to Bristol City, and then this is where we started. I look at this, a 4-2-1-3-0 DM asymmetric AML is what we played in this one. I sort of lost my mind a little bit. So we went back to what we know, 4-2-3-1 DMAM wide, setting it up in systems where we can try and counteract what is happening with the opposition. So Reading 1-1, Millwall 2-2, Brentford we lost 1-0. We beat Cardiff 1-0, Kristen Argensen scoring the goal from a corner. We lost to Aston Villa 3-0. I think, when they've got players like Raul Jimenez, which isn't the Raul Jimenez, but it's still a very good Raul Jimenez. We're always going to be on a tough one there. Drew 1-1 with Doncaster. Drew 0-0 with AFC Wimbledon. Beat Cardiff 2-1 with a Tarrant All-Press 92nd minute winner. Drew 0-0 with Bolton, which was impressive because 1, they've still got Panther up front. 2, Kai Harding got sent off in the 43rd minute. And 3, Bolton are just better than us. So, yeah. And then we've just beaten Hull City 3-1. So we're actually unbeaten in the last 5 games with 2 wins and 3 draws. Yeah, looking pretty good, to be honest. But you all wanted it. You all wanted me to play a big game on camera. I feel like the curse is going to be back where we don't win. But you never know, right? We beat Southampton earlier on in the season on 0-0 and then beat them on penalties. We got a 2-2 draw with Wolves and then lost to them on penalties. So we'll see what happens. If we can somehow get a draw out of this game and go to Stamford Bridge, that would be absolutely epic. It really, really would. Right, some transfer news very quickly because we are obviously in January. So transfer-wise, we've had a few more loanees out. I'll budge my head across to the other side. Main ones, Ben Spence has gone out on loan. We want him to get some first-team football to try and help his development. He's stagnated somewhat recently. So he has gone to FC United of Manchester to be their first-choice goalkeeper, or that's what we've agreed on loan anyway. And so hopefully he'll get some more first-team football, which means Jan Petrick, you are now promoted to be our backup goalkeeper for the senior team. Rocco Trineri, who was sort of on the cusp of the first team, has joined Solihull Moors. 11 appearances for us, 6.75. Dropped down a couple of divisions. 1 appearance, already got an assist and a 7.1. So looking like he'll be getting some good development time there. Alpha Koff, we've sent you out because you just weren't getting enough football for us. So we've sent you to Sutton to go and get some football there. Down in the National League, but first team football will be better for you than sitting in our under-21s and our senior squad bench sort of thing. So yep, looking for your development, which would be good. Peter Morgan has also gone out to Kidderminster. He's another highly rated youngster who could potentially be good enough for the first team, but there's a reason we've sent him out. He made 7 appearances for us this year, 6.6. He'll be getting a bit more game time when he's back from his suspension to play for Kidderminster. Malik Priestnall's gone again, but yeah, there are some deals happening in the works. People still want to come in on loan for things like this. But one of the people on here, which is Dominic Johnson, is back at our squad. Obviously, last year we sent him out to Ireland on loan. 34 appearances, 2 goals, a 6.74. He's come back for 1 game for us against Hull and got a 6.9. But he's actually developed pretty well during his loan period, to be honest. Like, he was stagnating with us here, and you can see sort of like through 2030, the second half of 2039, levelled out, not done too bad in Ireland, come back to us in January just as he's starting to get back on this bit of progress, which is very, very helpful. It says no nonsense fullback, 100% going to be a centre back for us, bit more height, loads of strength, good marking, good tackling. He is sort of what we need right now at centre back, so very happy to get him back in the squad. And that is it, to be honest, in terms of all the news to catch you up on. So just before we go and play Chelsea then, let's have a quick look at the youth intake. So the youth candidates we've got coming through, we have, every time it does it so it doesn't fit on the page properly, we have at least two of our fullbacks have plenty of promise, which is good. 1 defensive midfielder has the potential to go far. Well, at least one of our wide midfielders looks like a great prospect. Strikers, we have 2 forwards who can be considered to be fine prospects. We lack intake in goal. We don't have good centre backs. We don't have good attacking midfielders. We don't have good quality out wide, and there isn't great central midfielders, and wing backs aren't up to scratch. So we're focusing on strikers, wide midfielders, defensive midfielders, and fullbacks coming up in this youth intake, which will be interesting. This is the year we do pretty much judge Jensen Veer to see if he gets a new contract. He's got 1 more year on his deal, so we'll see how it goes. His perfectionist personality should bring through good personalities in our youth intake. That is what we are hoping for. Again, we will judge him this year. Next year will probably be the big judge, but we'll see how it goes. So it's interesting. If we're looking at the little numbers on the right hand side, 1 goalkeeper, 1 right back, 1 left back, 2 centre backs, 1 right wing back, 1 holding midfielder, 1 right midfielder, 2 central midfielders, 1 left midfielder, 1 attacking midfield left, 1 attacking midfield centre, 1 attacking midfield right, and 2 strikers, which is good because it says we have 2 forwards who are considered to be fine prospects. So if they both come through as very good prospects, that would be very handy indeed. Right, let's go and play Chelsea, which is going to be really, really fun. And you wanted it on camera. You wanted it. Apologies if I've got a floating head as well. I'm wearing a dark green t-shirt. So, yeah, it could cause some sort of green screen issues, I guess, if we call it that. Yes, Agnarsson isn't going to be playing. He isn't fit. Are we on TV? We are on TV. We're being shown on TV for 72. Oh, each team, £72,000. Wow, to be shown in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Absolutely lovely. Right, here we go then. First things first, cautious, obviously. They're playing a 4-3-3. It was to be expected anyway. So we will go and try and get their central midfielders out of the game. I think it's going to be very tough to do that, to be honest. And we'll tightly mark their striker and try and show him onto his weaker foot as well. What we want to do is go cautious. We want to go slightly more direct. We want to play down the wings to try and avoid that holding midfielder they've got and make him shuttle across and come out of position. Don't work the ball into the box. I think we probably do want to pass into space. I think they're going to try and push up, so we will try and pass into space for sure. We're going to whip the crosses to try and get our strikers in behind. We are not going to counter press. We do not want to get drawn out of our shape against Chelsea. I think we're onto a hiding to nothing, right? I think we're going to be a bit tough here. Standard defensive line, we're going to drop off because they're going to be really, really good, and we're not going to go and press them too much. I'm tempted to even drop our line of engagement down, but I don't want us to not put any pressure on them. So that's how we're going to start. Now we've just got to sort the team out. Lloyd in goal is fine. Kaminsky, Johnson, Jones, Faulkner as our strongest back 4. Healy and Connor. Connor is an interesting one. You're not fully match fit, but he did play pretty well against... No, we'll start Hanif Bertrand. Unfortunately, he is our best playmaker. Connor, apologies about that, but Stitt on the right, Cox in behind, Classy on the left, and all press up front. We are not going to start with that. We're going to start with Cameron Thorpe. He has more pace, and we're going to get him to sit on the last man and try and beat the offside trap. On the left, Classy does give us the biggest sort of goal threat, and he's quick, which will help. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Fearon, Curran, All Press, Supreme Dave, Connor, Whittam, and Joe P on the bench. Is there anyone back from injury that we want to put on? I don't think so. Marquez and Heaton are both cut-tied. Salt is still injured. Agnarson's injured as well. Oh, Graham Cox, by the way, signed. He is by far and away our best player. And he has signed a new contract until 2044 with a much bigger release fee, £2.5 million, because he had a £1 million release fee and his value was like 1.4. So yes, we've got that sorted. But we have a player which is worth nearly £2.5 million. So we are heading in the right direction in terms of young players coming through. So yeah, it's looking good. Right, we've got two extra subspaces, actually. Let's put... I sort of feel like Kai Harding and Jeff. We could put Andrew Neeson on there, though. Do we need... we don't need Max Whittam on the bench if we've got Kai and Jeff on there. So we'll put Andrew Neeson as our midfield right. So that's midfield right, centre, left, striker, all three midfield roles. Playmaker, right wing, centre back, right back, left back. Yes, we have... I'm really feeling like I should put a goalkeeper on there when we've got this many spaces on the bench. Nah, live dangerously. Live dangerously. Sorry, Jan, you're not going to get on the bench. Feels unsuited to the role he's being asked to play. What, right back? Why do you feel you're playing at right back, Patrick? It's what you can do. It's what you've done most of the season for us. Right. Chelsea. Oh, we're in 2D. I'll change that for the game. But, yeah, again, I've been watching in 2D to understand what's going on. Moises Caicedo is still there. Is that the only person I recognise in this whole team? Yes, it is. Brilliant. Okay, we're getting to that point where who knows what's happening. By the way, Chelsea third in the Premier League, I think, which is always good fun. We've got... Look, the fans believe. The fans believe in us today. So let's get out there and give them something to cheer by. How will today's weather conditions affect the match? Look. We're going to have to make a few adjustments on the fly. No, 95% of footballers are remotely bothered about the weather. I think we're the sort of team that can handle anything thrown at us. Yeah, we'll do. I haven't done a press conference for ages. Morgan's release clause could eventually draw interest from elsewhere. Are you confident being able to keep him for the long term? Yep, he knows his future's here. You're struggling with the attacking style of play desired by the board. Will we see any improvements on that front today? I'm not going to give an answer to that, to be honest, because it's a ridiculous thing they asked us to play in our first season in the Champions League. I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that. That would be lovely to say, to be honest. Right, we've survived the first 5 minutes, which is absolutely awesome. We've survived the first... Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Gomez, ball in. He's headed it over the bar. We've survived the first 10 minutes against Chelsea, and we have a free kick. Cox swings it in. Header! Oh! Jones heads it past the post. So unlucky for Jones. Right, Lloyd. Big boot forward. Headed down by Healy. Stint, Cox, up to Kaminsky. Stitt is down the line. Keeps it in play. He's trying to put a ball into Thorpe. Didn't quite work. Honda, Adilson, Schreiber, Lima, out to Gomez, Schreiber again, Caicedo, Kozak, ball through, Amores, he's got the pace, and what a save that is from Lloyd. It was either a save or a great block from Kaminsky. Gomez with a corner, swings that one in, and it's headed behind again by Cameron Thorpe. 15 minutes in, and Chelsea are just tightening the screw a little bit, headed away well by Cox. Schreiber is there, gets to the byline, cross in, easy for Kaminsky to head away. Thorpe flicks it on. Amores, Lima, Cooks is there, but nothing happens. Throw in, Kaminsky, Cox, Kaminsky, ball in, Classy! Oh, Hall with a good save. We're actually testing Chelsea here. We're giving them something to think about. Adilson, up to Ronaldo. Header there, Cox can't win it. Healy does. Stitt brings it down, turns. Can he get past his man? Puts a cross in. Thorpe! Thorpe scored! Thorpe has scored. We're 1-0 up against Chelsea. Or are we? No, we're not. It's been flagged offside. Oh, it's like just his forehead. Oh, my word. That was nice. Oh, Chelsea. Chelsea. Lucky. Kozak. Into Lima. Amores. Gomez. Ronaldo. Classy trying to get back and defend. Ronaldo, easy save for Lloyd, straight at him. But, oh my word, we've actually technically scored against the Premier League team. It was just disallowed because our man was offside, so we didn't really score. Adilson, Ronaldo, into Lima, over the top. Gomez with a great run. Is he offside? The linesman has disallowed it. He is offside as well. How close is this one? He's miles off. Miles off, mate. He's no Cameron Thorpe, is he? He's no Cameron Thorpe. 25 minutes gone. 0-0. Both teams having a goal disallowed. We are playing very well. We are playing very well here for us. Hall into Honda. Out to Cooksart. Schreiber flicks it on Gomez. Ball through to Amores. And another good save from Lloyd. Amores is an interesting one. We've never really come up against a complete forward before. So I'm intrigued to see how we deal with it, because he's going to drop off and try and run in behind and hold up play and shoot. So it's a little bit strange. Gomez is into the area. That's a penalty. Jones brings him down. And it's a penalty. Come on, Lloyd. Big save. Oh, straight down the middle from Schreiber. Christian Schreiber puts Chelsea 1-0 up. Is it against the run of play? Is it against the run of play? He's literally straight down the middle. Great composure from him there. But 1-0 down at half time is not dreadful. It's really not. Look, you're doing well. You are doing well. Keep working hard. We've got a few low ratings in here. Let's give them a bit of a, keep going as well. Just to try and keep that morale high. It just means that Chelsea don't have to come and attack us anymore. We're going to up it to balanced for now, just to see if we can make a difference. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's have something magical here. Corner. Cox headed away. Cookside is there. Chelsea haven't left too many men forward. Good tackle from Cox. Over the top looking for Stitt. He's not going to get there. Honda. Adilson. Lima. Oh, that's a poor pass. Classy. Cox. Oh, he tried to do the 1-2. Didn't work. Classy. Good turn. Classy still going into the box. Squares it. Cox has scored. It's 1-1. Graham Cox are in Garch in the middle. The only reason he's playing in Garch is because the assistant manager says he can do it 1 star better than every other role he can play. But that was what a turn from Classy. He runs into the box, squares it unselfishly to Cox, who just fires it home. And he's got a new contract and a goal against Chelsea for himself now as well. Saicedo swings it out to Gomez straight from the kick. Faulkner gets it away. Thorpe. Up it goes to Saicedo, Kozak, Amores. And just like that, it is 2-1 Chelsea. Just like that, it is 2-1 Chelsea. They turn it around. You sort of feel like they just went, we're better than this. Saicedo into Kozak, lovely first time pass. Amores left-footed shot. And, there you go. Brought straight immediately back down to earth. 65 minutes gone. Thorpe off, all press on, Bertrand off, Connor on, we'll do Healy off, Supreme Dave on, Dominic Johnson not having a lovely game there, Joe P on, and what's that, that's 4 subs, we've got 1 left, but we have got other stoppages, so we'll go with that for now. Shouts, I've just done one. We'll go positive. We need to try and get something out of this game in the last 15 minutes. Faulkner up to Cox. Cox into Classy. Anyway, he's not giving it. All press. Good tackle there. Classy. Ball in. Still with the header. He's hit the bar. He's hit the bar. Oh, my word. Free kick. Cox. What a save from Hall. Come on, Guiseley. Come on. Cox with a corner. He swings it in. Jones can't get there. It's beaten in the air. And Adilson will bring it away into Cooksart. Right, let's get our 5th sub on. Stuart Faulkner having a good game. Kaminsky, I am thinking let's get fresh legs in. Kai Harding into the wing-back role. And, it's so close. But I don't want to change too much because we're on to positive. With 10 minutes to go. Come on, Guiseley. 4 minutes to go. He's flicked on. Here's Mubanjwa into Adilson. Into Graham. Schreiber. Graham again. Up to Kozak. Kozak back to Schreiber. Over the top into Graham. Graham shoots. It's 3-1. That's probably is now game over. And we've played so well. It feels like we've given Chelsea a good game. Schreiber, left-footed ball over the top. Great touch from Graham. Good first touch. Lloyd should probably do better. But we're not going to judge him too much. We'll give some encouragement. We will get into our instructions and just say... I don't know what we're going to say, to be honest. Let's go, counter press. And we'll push up. Try and get the ball back as best we can. I mean... I feel like we've played well. I mean, 3-1 loss to Chelsea. We've had our chances. I feel like we could have had a penalty in there as well. But 3-1, it's a late goal by Alex Graham that makes it a bit more favourable to Chelsea. But 21 shots to our 13 shots we had against Chelsea. 11 on target to 5. Possession, 23% possession. Yes. But it's to be expected against a Premier League team, right? I think we played it well. We did okay. Any really terrible performances? Will Jones, he's going to get a bit of discipline, and Dominic Johnson, both our starting centre-backs, will get a bit of a talking to afterwards. But I think we can say, look, you did yourself proud, and that's all I can ask for. So we're out of the FA Cup in the third round. You've got to see us take on a big, big Premier League team in Chelsea, and we scored, and we gave them a little bit of a scare at times. I feel like that was a good game, and I feel like we're on the right track now in the Championship. I nearly said Champions League. In the Championship, we are on the right track, which I think is good. So Will Jones, let's interact with him. Discipline player for a poor performance. We're just going to issue him a warning for him and Dominic Johnson. No, I don't want to fine them or anything because it's a Premier League team. So just a little warning for now, I think is totally fine. Accepts, which is good. But yeah, lovely stuff. There was one thing that came through very quickly. If I search for Beale, is it this one? No, Jones performance, press conference, Guiseley. It must already been archived. It must have been too long ago. But I did get a message back that said due to his recent disciplinary warning or fine or something, somebody's performances in training have now improved, which was really good. I'll try and remember it for next time. But yes, there we go. A 3-1 loss to Chelsea. We've seen the preview of the youth intake coming up. I don't think there's any more bigger games. Well, obviously there's loads of big games coming, but we'll just come back in March, keep on ploughing through this. But I think tactics-wise, I think we've turned a corner with how we want to play against certain formations. There are a couple that still throw curveballs in there. But, I feel like we're doing okay. Finances, absolutely in the mud. 2.216 million in debt. The board is still going through a takeover, which is very, very irritating. In the process of a board takeover, it's taken forever. And we just have to see what's happening. One of the other very interesting stats just to show you is that if we go and look at team detailed and we go and look at who has sold out their stadium the most, Guiseley have 100% of capacity for every single home match at the moment. 13 sellouts from 13. We also have the lowest attendance with 5,750. So all the sellouts, but with the lowest attendance, which is very, very annoying. Attendance by capacity, we're the only team with 100%, which is great. Average attendance, although it's a sellout, we're always at the bottom, which is very irritating. So we do need money to come in to help us build the stadium to be bigger, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you at the youth intake day when we go through the what is the transfer window for us in this save. So thank you so much for watching. Any comments, any thoughts, please do leave them below, but I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.